Okay, so this is another update. Going to be a short one. I talked to Dad a little while ago, but he's sedated pretty much, pain stuff. Um, and he had company while I just barely got a hold of him, okay? And then he had company come in while I was talking to him, somebody he knew from church that had moved to Pasco, Mike Shannon or something like that. So anyway, I got off the phone so Dad could talk to him. And anyway, evidently he must have called Dad's bishop and told him. Um, anyway, he called me to tell me that Mike Shannon, who had been to see Dad, was there when the I think it was orthopedic surgeon, I don't know, the surgeon that is going to try to have surgery with Dad. Um, anyway, he said that they're going to be going in and talking to him in the morning. I don't know what time. I need to find out so I can be there. Because the family needs to be involved in this decision to help Dad out because he's sedated. When you're making such big decisions, you got to figure it out. But it sounded to me like they're going to talk about a hip replacement. Maybe a hip replacement will work, and maybe that'll make it so he can walk. I've heard of people doing really well. So I hadn't thought about that. Maybe they can go in and do a hip replacement, and maybe after just a little bit, he can be home and maybe walking. That would be a miracle, and I sure would like that. I don't want anything bad to happen to my Papa Bear. But I do know when you're that age and broken hips come along, it can be really bad. It can be really detrimental. And he's a diabetic. I don't know how easy he'll heal. He's got a lot of things against him as far as he has no feeling in his feet. So that makes it real difficult to be walking. He has a real hard time lifting up his feet. They kind of stumble over each other. And lately, he just hasn't been walking that good. Mobility is real important, people. You guys, anybody who can get up and move around that's kind of sitting around all the time needs to get up and move so you can continue to move. Anyway, I just hope and pray that we do the right thing and need to be there. That's why the bishop called me again. He wanted me to call him with any updates, but he called me to tell me that the surgeon and her associates are going to be there in the morning, probably trying to make decisions about this surgery. The thing is, I don't have all my facts, but years ago, he had open heart surgery. And before that, he had had a heart attack. He went in to see about getting rotacuff surgery because both his rotacuffs are bad, one worse than the other one. But they said, oh no, I'm not sure exactly what it was they said. They told him he couldn't have that because he had had a heart attack. So they had to deal with that. I don't know. So I don't know. I know that sometimes they're afraid with anesthesia. I don't know if that has to do with his age. I just know that there was a time when they were worried about the fact that he might not come back with anesthesia. That's what I'm thinking. So we have to figure that out. I just think we should be involved, especially since Dad is sedated and he's not knowing what to do. He did tell me that before we got off the phone. He was discussing his concerns about that surgery. So we should be involved. And I'm not sure what time it is, but I think I'm going to run down there. Dad told me not to really worry about coming down because he's going to be sedated and very tired. But he's also had a lot of company too. So, I mean, that's good. When I finally did get a hold of him, somebody came in. And when I did get a hold of him, before I got a hold of him, the person who answered the phone said they had a lot of phone calls for Dad. So they were very aware of Dad. Anyway, plus he likes to be funny. He likes to be jovial even when he's in pain, especially if the pain pills are working or whatever. Maybe they gave it to him in an IV, which would be faster. He'll be out there cracking jokes. That's the way he is. Definitely a little smart aleck, which is okay. Except for when you're at the foot of that. Because sometimes he's mean to me and he don't even know it. I have to tell him, look, dude. Anyway, I love my papa. And it is a scary time. I don't really know. Because I know Uncle Bob broke his hip. I think he fell and broke his hip. And I don't know that he ever went back home. So, I mean, that's scary. But we do have a choice. We do have a choice as to what we do. I mean, there's a thing called in-home care. But you have to have somebody who can do it. And I'm not sure what that would entail or what that would cost, or if it could be part-time or, you know. Scary business, you guys. And one day it's going to happen to us. Death is knocking on the door for a lot of us. Anyway, let's hope and pray. I could see a hip replacement being a great thing if Dad's a candidate. But I just want to make sure. I mean, surely they know everything because it should all be in the records as to what's happened to him. And I'm not sure how many years ago that was that he had open heart surgery. It's been a few, but I just don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to give you an update, okay? And I'll give you another update tomorrow when I know more. So, you guys take care. Love your families. Walk, if nothing else. Get up and walk around. Be mobile. But I want to learn how to do some of those stretches. You can lean against the wall and do wall yoga. And you can sit in a chair and do chair yoga. My hip is not doing well either because that's where my cancer is, or part of it is in both of my hips and up here on my skull. One of my vertebrae is full, but not the rest. But the vertebrae right above my waist and my back, and then that's where the pain is there and going back into both hips. Other than that, I'm doing pretty good. And right now, I imagine Dad's doing pretty good if they got him sedated and they were managing his pain. They told me they were going to do that. So, I've got his evening pills. Aha! I do need to go give him his pills. I better talk to him. Okay, so I'm going to let you go and go figure that out. I might have to run up to the hospital just to give him that. Because he takes a lot of pills, morning and night. And only one of them, well, not one of them, but several of them are for pain. But they do have his pain under control, so he doesn't need those. But he's got all these other pills, like for blood pressure and for this and that and the other thing. He takes a lot of supplements too, but we shall just see. Anyway, you guys take care. I love you all. And I know I give a lot of advice. I need to give myself advice, but, I try. That which I tell you, I'm telling myself too, okay? Sometimes it's not easy to love our families. But I do. I love my family. Now, there's all kinds of family. There's the family you were born into. And then there's the family you went out and created. I love all you guys. And we all need to try to understand what the other person is saying instead of making judgments that are wrong. Tell me a thing or two, I'll smack you upside the head. I love my papa. And I'm an honest person. I don't do things that are wrong. Not on purpose. I mean, I've had my share of doing wrong things, but I try hard. And I am 70 now. And those things I was doing horribly wrong was back when I was in my 20s and 30s. That was a long freaking time ago, you guys. So get over it. We all have our past. It's not just me. I'm trying to do good. That's all you can do is learn from your past and try to live a better life. I was a very unhappy person at one time. Not that I'm all that greatly happy now, but I'm just saying, your state of mind has a lot to do with what you do. Yeah, a broken heart. Just when you think life's going to be wonderful, you got your baby coming. And then what is your husband doing? He's out boinking somebody else and becoming the parent of her children instead of his own. Yeah, our life went to shit. Excuse my mouth, but it did. Anyway, so enough is enough of that. This is Dad's update, isn't it? I'm sorry. I'm so selfish. I'm talking about myself now. Anyway, you guys just do the best you can. You know, prepare, because one of these days it's going to be all of us. I'm hoping I live for a while. And I'm hoping Dad does too. I'm not wanting him to go anywhere. It's just that, you know, odds are not so good. Anyway, I love my family. And you guys out there that are not my family, you're still extended family, okay? But you'll get a minute portion of my love. Just know that you're loved, and there is a God above who loves you too. And he's waiting to greet you home. Or he has other people going to greet you home when you come. They say that St. Peter's at the Golden Gate. Jesus is, okay? You're going back to that God who gave you life. And they love you because they're your parents. And they are welcoming you home. And even like the rest of us parents, even if we're not so happy with the choices that our children made, we still love them. And God loves us, okay? Keep that in mind. So, happy trails. It's too windy outside for me to go for a walk, so that won't be happening today. But maybe I'll take time to do some reading. But I better call Papa Bear and see about those pills, huh? I think you better take them. I don't know. Bye.